Bitcoin is crashing. It's down from highs above 100,000 per coin down to less than $85,000 per Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin going to zero? All that and more in the video.
In 2008, the mismanagement of money by the major banks triggered a global financial crisis, causing many ordinary people to lose their homes. Trust in the system plummeted. But in the midst of all the chaos, on October 31st, 2008, something remarkable happened. A mysterious person or group using the name Satoshi Nakamoto introduced an idea online. It was for something called Bitcoin. It was published in the form of a white paper and posted on an internet forum titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. The paper outlined an entirely new internet-based financial system that would allow users to securely transfer currency without the need for third parties such as banks. Now, little is known about the mysterious Satoshi. In 9 short pages, he, she, or they proposed a digital system that would completely revolutionize how we use money, all built with computer code, a decentralized peer-to-peer digital payment network.
So that video was done by Binance, and they talk about, you know, the origins of Bitcoin. But the guy who started Binance just got pardoned by Donald Trump because he had a 4-month prison term for money laundering. So it starts off right away. They're explaining Bitcoin, but Binance, who's a Canadian Chinese guy, just got pardoned by Donald Trump because money laundering. Here's the thing I just want to start by saying. I, after doing all of this research, came to the conclusion that Bitcoin is a religion. Bitcoin is not currency.
Oh no.
Wait, let me finish. Let me just finish.
Okay.
All right. Let me read to you the origin story. Okay?
All hail the all-powerful Bitcoin.
Wait. Let's just. So they start talking
in Bitcoin we trust.
Strongly disagree.
A guy and a group of people, all this great stuff, right? So Bitcoin starts off by this guy or group of people creating this white paper, right, out of nowhere. And then a small group of people started to follow this founder, and he became almost semi-mythical, right? Right now he's semi-mythical, right?
It's like a cult.
It's like a cult, right? And they always attribute him to this superhuman, virtuous, amazing brain. And then the guy disappears, or the person or the people, and it cements kind of like Bitcoin's legacy. And then after that, the mythology continues, and then they leave back a doctrine, a community, and there's a bunch of people who claim to have known him but have never met him that keep proselytizing this crazy thought, right? So when I read that, I'm like, wait a second, I've heard this story before. So I just for kicks said, okay, how did the Mormon religion start?
God.
But wait, you know how the Mormon religion starts, right? So the Mormon
looking
religion
into
starts,
a hat with the plates of gold. Although shout out to my Mormon friends, there's some great people that I know that are Mormon.
Well, this is not an anti-religion. I just want to show the parallels between it. So the same thing. Now Joe Smith produces the Book of Mormon, claiming divinity. Early Mormons view Smith as a divine-inspired person. He becomes semi-mythical. He dies, right, and his religion becomes cemented in some sort of ideology. And it's the same thing. And then when I said, okay, it can't be exclusive to Mormons. Well, it's the same thing with Judaism. It's the same thing with Islam. Every religion.
It's
the same thing with Buddhism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Jainism. It always starts off with this mythological.
Bitcoin's still alive. Don't worry. It's still alive.
Oh,
it's not dead.
It's not the religion is still alive and the white paper is alive, but the person who started it is dead. That's parallel to everybody. That's the same story told.
Only you know that he is dead. No, I don't know, and not somebody. But Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrency, not
where
care
is he?
who is.
Where is he?
We don't know. He might not be dead, but we don't know.
Who cares?
We don't know.
It's a religion. It's not a currency.
I can prove you it's not a religion because it's like the definition. A religion is usually like set of rules. If you follow with rules,
Bitcoin
you go
is a
to
code.
Heaven.
Bitcoin is a code. Religion is a code. How is it different?
Code?
Yeah, Bitcoin has a code.
Code
how do you
of
get
rules
Bitcoin?
or code, mathematical code, numbers?
It doesn't matter. One's a mathematical code. It's digital theology. It's a mathematical code that if you supply it and do it correctly, you get salvation of Bitcoin.
So you mean
follow
to
follow
get
the code of religion, you get salvation, you go to heaven. It's a religion. It
so
is
you
not.
to mine the Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency. It's like to get a Bitcoin, to mine Bitcoin. It's like, oh, I'm in heaven. This is it. This is what you mean.
So what's the Bitcoin hell then?
No, in my understanding, my opinion, the religion is religion. It's like a tool to manage a lot of people. You have a set of rules. You said you can do this, you can do this, don't do that.
You just
and you
described
can
Bitcoin.
Make an order. But
You just
in
described
Bitcoin,
Bitcoin.
no, Bitcoin, it's
What?
it's up to you. You don't have to mine Bitcoin.
You don't have to follow.
Okay, can you buy the
religion.
heaven? Can you buy a ticket to heaven?
It's the representation of heaven, right? And I'm not arguing for it, but it's not a currency. It is not. It's not gold. If you would say
it's new
if you
type
argue,
of currency.
If you argue for does gold
it's new
have a
form of currency. Okay.
Wait.
Fight.
No, I think you're completely wrong because you're arguing like the wrong thing. I'm going to ask you, if Bitcoin is a parallel replacement for gold, explain gold to me. Did someone write a white paper on gold, or did gold get formed by the universe?
It's different type of currency.
It's not different.
Okay, an example.
I think the comparison to gold is that there's a finite supply of gold, like short of some meteor hitting Earth and spreading a bunch more gold, or us finding. They're always finding new veins of gold and everything, but in general, the supply of gold is like somewhat limited. Like I think if you took all the gold in the world and put it,
Bitcoin
it would
also
all
limited.
it would all fit in one room,
Yeah,
and
Bitcoin
that's the thesis behind Bitcoin as this like digital gold that they call it. That there's only 21 million coins that will ever be in
we are
supply.
talking about. Let's think about not only Bitcoin. It's only one of cryptocurrency. There are a lot more, and
There's 20,000.
an example.
They call them altcoins. I found out.
An example, at the beginning of ancient world, we have, for instance, gold, silver, something else, some coins, then paper money, and it's become like a new type of money. And people who didn't use, oh my God, what is paper money? I keep my golds, my diamonds. This is the currency. Then the world developed, and wait, bank system.
No, but you're jumping.
Digital bank system.
You're
all dollars
you're
become
jumping.
a digital.
You're jumping one thing. When you got the paper money, how did you get the paper money? What was it related to?
It should be like, I understand, something tangible thing.
Gold, right? So you could
gold,
say,
yeah, I owe you 5 pieces of gold.
And
I
here's
owe you,
a
owe
paper.
you 2 gold. Yeah, that's
and
how
the
money
reason
works.
they had. But
people agree that okay, $1 it will be.
What is Bitcoin leveraged against? How do you create a dollar? People agree.
And we say, okay, let's use cryptocurrency. Let's use cryptocurrency. I think in future we definitely will use cryptocurrency. It shouldn't be Bitcoin. It could be something like government produced or something else. But cryptocurrency.
But this is different, right? Let me just finish. Bitcoin now has $4 trillion cryptocurrency of value. 4 trillion. 1.2 billion people have now some relationship to Bitcoin, whether in their pension funds. Harvard just bought.
Network effect. Yes.
20% of their holdings or their endowment is now leveraged to ETF for Bitcoin.
Really?
So it's not a small thing anymore. It is a massive wealth deposit. And then you're saying, maybe some coins, they're safe coins, stable coins, but Bitcoin itself is what we're talking about. And Bitcoin itself is now pegged to be $80,000, and they're saying it's going to be $1 million. And it's not leveraged against anything. It's created by a guy in his basement who's using NSA code.
That's Warren Buffett's argument against it. Is, I think he famously said, if you gave me all the farmland in the United States, I wouldn't trade you all the Bitcoin.
He called it rat poison.
Yeah, and he was making the point that farmland is productive, that you can develop assets with it, you have cash flows and revenue streams. That's the main knock against Bitcoin, that where's the revenue stream? Well, you can financialize it, like you can rent out your Bitcoin, but that's still, it doesn't produce any value in and of itself. It's a bit like land in a way, like without human intervention, like the land isn't really productive, but like land, you can, like, because it's just land, agreement to own land, it's just an agreement between people. right?
Agreement, yes. I
So
mean, if all people, the most of people on the earth has an agreement
yeah.
that let's use cryptocurrency, we will use it. It is an agreement. Yeah.
No, but it's not. Its origin is what's problematic. Where did it come from? Land comes from the universe, right? Gold comes from the universe. A lot of stuff. Paper money is when everybody says, well, paper money comes out of the air. No, it's relative to other assets. So in order to get a paper money, you got to trade labor to get paper money. In order to get paper money, you got to leverage gold or whatever else value. Bitcoin doesn't come from anything.
Wait a minute. When you buy any cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, you give your money real one.
That's to buy it, but its origin, it doesn't come from anything.
We just agree that it's like Joseph said, it's like a land. We agree that it's an asset. Cryptocurrency is an asset.
We agree that it's an asset. I am saying, where does it come from? Where does it originate from? It comes from a basement of computer code.
People decided, and like network, a lot of people agreed that we can use it as one of the assets.
That's why it's a religion.
The real value is
that's why it's a religion.
The limited supply is the fact that it's not going to be any more Bitcoins in existence, and that they're having the reward for mining goes in half every year, and so that, which is ironic, I found, because the video mentioned that this was developed in 2008 because of people's mistrust of the financial system after the crash of 2008. But
then he went to jail.
Right. but Bitcoin is highly, I think linked to inflation. As the market rises, Bitcoin is kind of like a very risky asset with a high beta, is kind of what Bitcoin is. Like if the market goes up, Bitcoin soars way up, and if the market goes down, it crashes faster than the market. So you're not really disconnecting yourself from the market by owning Bitcoin. It's not truly a hedge the way gold or maybe even real estate or land would be against market. Although real estate and the land are still correlated to the market, but less so, right? There's some assets that are just not correlated, and I think Bitcoin I think it'd be hard to argue that Bitcoin doesn't move in the same direction as the market, and tends to move in greater magnitudes than it.
I think you're giving us the after, right? And I'm not disputing the after. It is an asset. It is community based. Everybody knows it's a dollar figure. My question is, who created it? Why do we buy into this mythology? This is more mythology than money. That's what this is. It's mythology.
It's a common agreement. If we all agree,
I don't know. We didn't all agree.
For instance, if some powerful people, like president of the biggest G7 countries, they agree, okay, let's sign the contract. We're going to have a deal using the crypto, any kind of crypto, not only Bitcoin. And if you have these big influence countries agree, you will also join them.
You're still arguing the wrong thing. We had Seashells we did that with in the Seychelles. They were bartering with Seashells. Who cares?
Tulips.
We
had a bubble in Tulips in the Netherlands.
If China started, if the US started, if the European Union started using cryptocurrency and trade
I don't
crypto.
mind the use of it. I'm saying it's a massive risk. You talked about 21 million units being produced. And then I'm trying to figure out, why is it that we can't produce more? And then they said, well, you can't because there's a code that bars that.
Mathematic code. No
And I said,
that's part of the system.
If I created the code and my name is Satoshi Naga, whatever, why don't I have the code in the back door to do it?